President Kgalema Motlanthe was elected the Deputy President, appointed the Deputy President of the Republic of South Africa in May 2009. And before that, for a short spell between September 2008 and May 2009, he was President of the Republic of South Africa. He has made enormous contribution to the liberation and reconstruction of our country. And when he came out of Robben Island, amongst other things, he was part of the leadership that re-established the structures of the African National Congress after the unbanning in 1990, and also served for a while as the General Secretary of actually the largest trade union, not only in South Africa, but on the continent, the National Union of Mine Workers. With those words, I then have the honor and pleasure to introduce our Deputy President, Kgalema Motlanthe, to address you this morning. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister Nzimande, for your kind words of introduction. I'm deeply honored for this opportunity to address the University of New York on the theme, South Africa and the Africans in the Diaspora. This interaction reflects historical seamlessness. It continues that what was started by the early leaders of the African National Congress, who came to the United States of America to study and to mobilize international solidarity against the increasing tide of oppression back home. They used their international exposure to enrich human experience in the struggle for freedom. As we act in solidarity with others, we are simultaneously enhancing our own ability to deal with our own challenges. Thus, all of us, Americans, South Africans, Africans, and others all over the world, need to continue with the admirable tradition, lest we lose our own humanity. South Africa, like the United States, is a cosmopolitan society as a result of the historical contribution of people from all corners of the globe who, over the centuries, have made our country their own home. As a nation, our strategic goal is the creation of a non-racial, united, democratic, non-sexist, just and prosperous society. To this end, South Africa has well-established institutions that support democracy and protect the rights of our citizens. Free and fair elections are held every 5 years, and this democratic practice has enabled South Africans to choose a government of their choice.
Wait. Don't move, yes. This camera, please, yes. Smile, great. Do two more, 1, 2, 3, great.
Deputy President Kgalema Motlanthe of the Republic of South Africa, ministers accompanying the Deputy President.
Welcome to the New York Stock Exchange. We're so proud.
The Chief Executive of the New York Stock Exchange, Euronext, Mr. Niderawa, the Senior Vice President of Global Affairs and Global Relations of the New York Stock Exchange, Euronext, Mr. Eubank, leaders of the business community the world over, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Without much further ado, I take this opportunity to call upon Mr. Niderawa to welcome the Deputy President and the South African delegation.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure for me to do so, and I ask you to welcome Deputy President Motlanthe to the podium.
I'm pleased to visit New York Stock Exchange, the heart of the global financial system. Only 4 years ago, you hosted our then President Thabo Mbeki. These visits underscore the importance of the relationship between our country as the largest economy in Africa and your institution, the largest equities market in the world. You will know that African continent is teeming with economic opportunities. Indeed, Africa is now one of the fastest growing economic regions in the world. South Africa is an important gateway to Africa. We are still the most advanced economy in the continent. While we are only 5% of the population of Africa, South Africa accounts for 50% of trade in Africa. As you know, through our Johannesburg Stock Exchange, we can provide easy access for foreign investors. Our economic strengths start with mining, which is of course still a mainstay of our economy. Last year, South Africa was chosen to be one of only 4 countries to produce the new Mercedes-Benz C-Class. We are a leading producer of the BMW 3 Series and of a number of other vehicles. While we focus on exports to Africa, Asia and Australia, some of these cars will also come to the United States of America. And of course, some people in the room here may already be driving some of these products. Half a dozen of our companies are listed on the New York Stock Exchange with assets close to $100 billion. The biggest challenge for South Africa remains the deep inequalities left by apartheid. Despite the strength of our economy, it is still not able to create enough jobs.